Hey guys, welcome to episode 5 of the 2 Minute Warning. I'm Blake Showalter.
And I'm Beto Vacadillas.
And of course, for the 4th week in a row, and going to be 17 weeks in a row, probably even more than that because of playoffs and Super Bowl, we're talking about the NFL, and oh my lord, do the Dolphins look scary, dude. Putting up a 70-piece against Sean Payton's Broncos, and oh my god, did that feel kind of good. It's a little bittersweet for me. I'm terrified of the Dolphins now being in the AFC East, but I don't even know what to think about that offense right now, but it also feels pretty good because Sean Payton, of course, was talking so much stuff about Nathaniel Hackett and the Jets in the offseason, which he might have been a little right about, but we won't even talk about that right now. But boy, did he get absolutely just embarrassed by the Dolphins, man.
Yeah, it was an absolutely incredible performance led of course by former Broncos ball boy Mike McDaniels, the head coach of the Miami Dolphins. Their passing scheme is absolutely insane right now. Arguably best offense in the NFL, maybe aside from Kansas City Chiefs, but I'm really biased in that area. Tua had 309 passing yards and 4 touchdowns, and the rest were won on the ground by 2 running backs, Mostert and Achane. Is that how you say it?
That new kid looks absolutely unbelievable. Put up 50 points in fantasy, and I didn't even know he existed until this game, and my God, was that a breakout game or what? 2 touchdowns in his opening game? Wow.
Yeah, he came on the scene and just absolutely blew everybody away. And they have so many more weapons than him, too. If you look at their receivers, I don't even need to speak on Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle. The best offensive duo in the league.
I would say so right now, yes.
And the way that Tua's been playing and the way that the McDaniels scheme is, this team, I expect so many big things from this team. They look absolutely fantastic last week. And going into a Week 4 matchup against the Buffalo Bills, it's just going to be a great game. A top 5 defense in the NFL, 4 picks this week. I'm excited for it.
No, I agree. We'll get into that in a little bit, but I just want to talk about the Dolphins real quick. I am ecstatic about their offense. It looks absolutely unbelievable. But I want to see what their defense can do against a better offensive scheme. Also, their offense has to go against a top 5 defense soon. I can't wait to see what they do against the Bills this upcoming week, playing against a defense that's far superior to the Broncos right now, in my opinion, which is weird to think because the Broncos before this year were predicted to be a top 5 defense in the league. But anyways, the Dolphins have something that the rest of the NFL really doesn't right now, maybe except for your Chiefs, but just an absolutely unbelievable chemistry and unbelievable energy, and that's all because of that Mike McDaniels hire they had 2 years ago. Wow, does he look good, or 1 year ago rather, sorry. But wow, they look absolutely incredible. The energy is ecstatic. I want to see what their defense can do in these upcoming games, but I have no words right now. You can't really knock a team that just put up 70 points in the NFL.
Yeah, anytime a team puts up 70 points, it's just unbelievable. A team that got kind of, I don't want to say even close to that number, but a team that put up a similar offensive performance in terms of dominance was the Kansas City Chiefs this weekend. And they were playing a team that's very similar to the 0-3 Broncos. It's the 0-3 Bears. And honestly, I don't know which is worst franchise to be a fan of right now, the Bears or the Broncos. The Bears haven't won a game since October. And going into Arrowhead and just getting blown out with Taylor Swift in attendance, watching Travis Kelce get a touchdown, it was a true sight to see. The Chiefs' offense right now is insane. They seem like they finally figured out the rhythm, but then again, it could just be against the Bears. Who knows?
Yeah, I really feel for the Bears. We're kind of in a similar situation as far as quarterback goes. I mean, me as a Jets fan, I give our quarterbacks, because of course we've had a horrible track record of quarterbacks in the recent years, I give rookie quarterbacks 3 years to prove themselves. First year, you can't really judge them on. Second year, I expect improvement. Third year, they're either the guy or they're not. And I'm in the same boat right now with Zach Wilson. I was in the same boat when it happened with Sam Darnold. And I think I'm looking at Justin Fields right now, and I think a lot of Bears fans can agree that he, in my opinion, is not the guy. I really didn't understand why people were voting for him for MVP or betting that he would be the MVP in the offseason. I didn't see it. When you have a quarterback that puts up 155 yards in the air a game, can't make the passes that he needs to make, so kind of like Zach Wilson, you're just not going to get the job done. Yes, I love what he did on the feet, but as soon as the defense figures that out, what do you do? I thought the acquisition of Moore would have helped out a lot, but it didn't. They're not really using him as they should have, in my opinion. I mean, there was a clip on the sideline where Moore's mic'd up, and he was kind of just disgruntled, telling the other opposing player, I forget who it was, that they're not using him as he wished they would have. But you know what? I think it's almost time to look at the draft board, to look at Drake May, look at Caleb Williams if I'm a Bears fan, and maybe look at their highlight reels a little bit more, because I think that's what we might be getting in the coming years. I don't think it's a complete front office rebuild, in my opinion. I think it really just starts at quarterback. Maybe a little bit more moves on the O-line, maybe a little bit more moves on the defensive backs. But wow, when you lose 41-10, what can you say?
Nothing. I mean, like this isn't even an isolated incident either. If you look at last week's performance against the Buccaneers, Justin Fields got in the pocket and froze. Like he was very poor decision making, very poor when he did actually make the decision. Nothing came of it, and usually he just ran straight into the D line. Like there was no outlet for him, and this game was no different. 99 passing yards.
Yeah,
99 passing yards against the Kansas City Chiefs, who notoriously don't have great safeties. So
yeah, no, you're exactly right. But honestly, the odds were not in his favor. You're at Arrowhead. Travis Kelce trying to put up the game of his life with Taylor Swift in the box, which, wow, what a colliding worlds that is. Oh, my God. But I knew the Bears were going to win this game, but when it's 41-10 and Justin Fields looked the way he did, it's time to go back to the drawing board, in my opinion. But we can't talk about this past week all day long. Let's talk about our last game of the week that we got to look forward to. And you know what? It's between me and you right now. Probably going to have some footage coming out to you guys for the next 2-minute warning video because the Chiefs and my New York Jets are going at it Sunday night, and I'm scared. That's all. I'm scared. I'm scared. I think it's not going to be good for us. I hope it is. I hope Zach Wilson saves his career, puts up 400 yards, and just absolutely kills the Chiefs. That would be absolutely amazing, but I don't see it happening.
Yeah, that's a far stretch from reality.
Yeah, okay.
Just looking at Zach Wilson play last week, it's not that I hate the kid. He's just not that good at football when it comes to the NFL level. I'm sure he's better than me, but whenever it comes to the NFL level, there's a big difference. And the Chiefs' defense is playing absolutely amazing, absolutely lights out. They could get some stuff done in the backfield, though. I will say that Dalvin Cook and Breece Hall, while they haven't been as good in recent weeks, could maybe get some forward progression rather than in the passing game, but let's be honest. The Chiefs are going to go in there and they're going to do their thing. It's the Kansas City Chiefs.
I don't know. Top 5 defense in the Jets, in my opinion. I think they still are top 5 defense. You know what? In my opinion, Zach Wilson is a good quarterback on one condition. On one condition, he's not pressured. So if the O-line can hold up, I think Chris Jones might have an absolute field day on him. Who knows? But if the O-line can hold up, Zach Wilson, I think, can have a pretty good day against your secondary. Your secondary kind of is awful. Sorry to tell you that, but they're awful. So who knows? Maybe Zach Wilson can pull something out of the hat. Garrett Wilson might put up 300 yards, hopefully. Who knows? But I guess we just have to wait and see. But I guess we can't talk about football all day long. Let's talk a little bit about SEMO Sports. We haven't talked about SEMO Soccer yet. Kind of a rough entry onto SEMO Soccer because our first topic for them is how they lost 0-2 against Eastern Illinois.
Yeah.
I mean, they're 0-1-1 in conference play right now, I believe. I would expect a little bit more from them being on how much hype they produced in the offseason, how well they played last year. We've been out to a couple of games. You've had your opinions on what they could do better. I don't really know what I'm looking at, to be honest. I just kind of take video and post on social medias, which, by the way, if you're not following us on Target Sports on all social medias, what are you doing? But what do you think they can do better, man? You know way more than me. I want you to just take this segment, honestly.
Just one word, efficiency. If you look at the past stats, they had 7 shots on target compared to Eastern Illinois' 2, and they didn't make any of them. Eastern Illinois made both, and then that's why they won the game. I think we were in clear, in like the clear, more possession, more shots. We were ahead in that game. We just weren't efficient. And so if this team can like tie some knots together, just put some things together here and there, tie some loose ends, I think this is perfect for an OVC run. Like it really, I don't think there's any reason other than we just need to get some things figured out.
No, I agree with you there. I mean, typically, at least in my knowledge, when you put the ball in the net, more times than the other team, you win. So that's all I know, to be honest. But what I hear and what I've seen, we do look like a good team. The energy that we have looks really good as well. We play really fast. I know we emphasize, you were talking about it a little bit. I swear I'm not talking out of my behind right now, but we really dominate midfield, and then we play off of that a lot. That's what you're telling me in recent weeks, which, if we can do well there, our goalie has been recognized as one of the best goalies in the OVC right now. Hopefully she can keep on balling out. But, yeah, I'm looking forward to hopefully another OVC run. Maybe we can get out there and cover some more content for you guys there. But, yeah, speaking of SEMO Sports, though,
it's just been a rough week.
Brutal loss for SEMO Football. We had that game in the bag. Me and a couple other Arrow staffers here went out to that game and watched it in person, and we lost. Gotta watch my mouth. Almost the exact way that we lost SIU, fumbling the ball in the last seconds of the game, and then losing on a game-winning play. Unbelievable. I couldn't believe what I was seeing. I can't use the audio from that footage because the things I said when that happened aren't really appropriate for this channel. But I'm at a loss for words. I mean, we dominated the entire game until the fourth quarter. Mm-hmm. I mean, my God, Vic went absolutely out of his mind with 2 touchdowns, over 120 yards in receiving yards. Paxton looked really good. We got to the fourth quarter and we just couldn't finish the game.
Yeah.
We couldn't finish the game, man.
17 points scored in the fourth quarter for Eastern Kentucky.
Unbelievable. And EKU, yeah, their quarterback looks pretty stellar. Their run game looks pretty well, which I think that's going to be a big emphasis for SEMO. Yes, we turn the ball over a lot on defense. We look good there. But we have a lot of problems stopping the run in recent times. I know Kansas State is a different animal as far as football goes, but they ran down our throats. And we talked about it when we did cover that game. They have like NFL draft picks on their O-line. But when it comes to EKU, we cannot let them run all over us like they did. I mean, we lost our ranking. I mean, we're top 15 in rankings, and now we're not even ranked anymore. Yeah. I mean, we don't get hurt in OVC play because we've only played one OVC game. But if we keep on playing this way and we can't finish games, I mean, we didn't even get a post-game press conference from Coach Tuke because I was honestly almost scared to see what he was going to say. We just got to finish games.
Yeah, I couldn't agree with you more. If you look at the stat line, I mean, Paxton had 358 passing yards and 3 touchdowns.
Yeah.
That's phenomenal. I just think it's, like you said, just finishing games.
Yeah,
it's the little things.
Yeah, no, I absolutely agree. And we can't even really talk about how Ryan Florida's absence was felt, which his absence is always felt, obviously. But Vic went absolutely off, as we said earlier. It's really just about finishing games, like I said, and we have a whole bye week now to really just settle back in, maybe do a little bit of a reset, get back to how we win games and how we play and how we know how we can play, and then go back in to Arkansas and then hopefully win a game, Central Arkansas, which we'll be out there covering that game, of course. But, yeah, man, I really have no words other than that.
Yeah, I'm not really worried going forward in the future. I mean, if we clean up the little things, I think we're undefeated in OVC. I don't think there's a team in the OVC who can touch us, genuinely.
UT Martin, in my opinion. UT Martin looks good.
Martin. And that game's coming up pretty soon, isn't it?
It's near the end of the season, but it's coming up. That's the only one that I'm worried about because UT Martin's looked really good, and we need to be able to finish games. We want to beat them.
Yeah, but overall, it's just tying up the little things. I think this team is just in the making right now. I don't even want to say a transitional period. It's just more of a difficult period in our time, a rough patch. We'll get back on track. Keep your heads up, Red Hawks.
No, I agree. And we talked about it last episode, how the Bengals and Chiefs maybe need a little bit of weeks to really just get back into their groove and get back to how they know they can play, which is great playoff football and then championship football, of course. Mm-hmm. Maybe we're in that kind of mode right now. We're just trying to regroup, get to know what our brand is, and hopefully get back to winning some football games. But that's all I have for this episode, man. Anything else?
All good here.
Well, I'm Blake Showalter.
And I'm Beto Vacadillas.
Thank you so much for watching, guys. Make sure to follow us on Target Arrow on Instagram, also soon to be on Twitter. Make sure to flip that phone screen a little horizontally right there. Scroll down once again and hit subscribe. Share with your family and friends. We would really appreciate that. And, yeah, we'll see you guys next time.
Yeah, have a good night.
Thank you.